Welcome to my end of the year book tag video. If you're new, my name's Lachlan. If you're not new, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to dive into these questions because this is a book tag video that I wanted to do earlier this year, like in September, but I forgot about it. So I'm ready to do the tag now. I also added a few questions of my own towards the end. This book tag was originally created by Ariel Bassett, so I'll have her original video tagged down below, and then I'll try and tag some of my friends as well. But the first question is, sorry, I thought I would be able to like memorize them, but apparently not. Okay. Are there any books that you've started that you need to, wait, why am I having such a hard time? Are there any books you've started this year and need to finish? Yes, there are. And as I was going through to try and find the books that I've started and haven't finished, I didn't realize how many there were until this. So I'm really glad I'm doing this video. I have them right here. And there are 4. That's a lot, I feel like. So let's talk about them. The Library at Hellbore. How far did I get to this? No, I got farther than that. I must have lost my place. I got like at least 50 pages into this book. And it's about all these creatures that go to like these different schools, and they're creatures that can basically like ruin the world, take down the world. And they go to like these different academies, and it's a dark academia, and there's this one academy where this one takes place. It's I think it's Hellbore or something, and a bunch of crazy shit happens, and then they all get locked in the library and have to find their way out. And I haven't finished this, but it's not because I didn't like it. I just literally was going in so many different directions with life, and my books, the ones I was reading, just kind of like scattered, okay? This one got away from me, grew legs, and walked away, okay? So literally, no, but seriously, I was enjoying it. I just want to go back to it. It's a horror, if I didn't already say that, but yeah. And this edition is from Illumicrate. It's the Afterlight edition, and I'll show you the hard cover. It's actually very cool. That's the back, and then the end pages are pretty cool as well. There's, from what I could remember as I was reading it, there's like some body horror and some pretty like graphic scenes. So I really want to continue that. It's not even a very long book, but for some reason I just, yeah, didn't finish it. And then Immortal Dark. So I talk about this in one of my upcoming vlogs. I don't know if it'll be out by the time this video. I don't know. I'm currently editing it. But the Immortal Dark, I have not finished. And it's not because I'm disliking it. It is a longer book, and I think I was reading too many long books at the same time. And then we have Hooky Volume 1. I still have this sad, pathetic tissue paper as a bookmark. The beginning of this graphic novel is a hot mess. It's going in so many different directions, and I read about 40 pages, and then I immediately put it down and was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's just very scattered. I feel like it doesn't have, so far at least, I feel like it doesn't have it honestly feels like it was like written in very, very small parts. They were like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I also want to do this. And I also want to do this. It's like, just pick something and go with it. Like, pick a plot and do that, because I'm very skeptical. So if you can convince me to pick this back up, that would be great. Because I also have books, volume 2 and 3. I purchased because I thought I would love this, and I'm struggling. Okay. And then I have a book that I absolutely adore. It's one of my best books of the year. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And that is In the Veins of the Drowning. I started my reread of this, but I'm annotating. And that is literally the only reason why I haven't finished this, is because like I felt pressure to annotate, and then I was like, stop, put the book down, you don't need to finish this book just for an annotating video. So I still have that video and I want to finish it, but I'm not going to make myself finish my reread just for the annotating video. Whenever I'm in the mood to pick this back up, I'm going to pick it back up. And it will probably be before the end of the year. But yeah, let me know if you're looking forward to that annotating video, because they take a lot of work. They take a lot of like you can't film an annotating video with background noise. It's just not, it doesn't work. And I mean, I don't have kids or anything like that, but you would be surprised how much background noise there is, like with dogs and like my husband, and like it just happens. Just background noise happens. I feel like it kills the vibe. You know, it's like ASMR. You can't really have a lot of background noise. So yeah, and then I also am very much a mood annotator. So yeah, anyway. And The Maze and the Drowning, I adore this book so much. But I just have like the last fifth of this book that I need to read and annotate. And that's that. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? And it's funny you ask, because now we're transitioning into winter. So yeah, I really should have done this book tag earlier in the year. I mean, I do have a few transitional winter books. However, I am going to stick to the autumn winter transition theme because I want to stay true to the book tag. Okay. But so we'll go through those, and I have a couple in front of me. I have The Haunting of Ashburn House. This is a book that I actually want to pick up pretty, like it might be one of my next reads. This one follows a character who, does she inherit a house? Or I think she just purchased. Oh yeah, no, she inherits a crumbling old mansion. And she sees it as a lifeline until it starts to get like super creepy. She gets messages on the walls, furniture starts moving. There's a grave hidden in the depths of the forest, and it has like weird shit going on. There's a decades old mystery, so it sounds like there's a lot of lore for the house. And she becomes prey, and she doesn't know how to escape. So, and I'm saying that this is a transitional from like autumn and winter, because it kind of, the cover kind of gives like winter vibes. There's no leaves on the trees. I think this was written in 2016, and I really am excited to give Darcy Coates another try. I just read one of her books, actually in my previous reading vlog, if you want to go watch it. Well, is it going to be out yet? It's the one where I go to Seattle, so stay tuned for that reading vlog, because I don't know if that's going to be out yet. And then Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. I'm just saying that this is a transitional, even though it does take place on Halloween. But I really, really wanted to get to this in October, and I wasn't able to. So I want to. And then also as a movie, it says watch the movie now. That's really cool. But this is a horror book. It says they call him the October boy, a bloody butcher knife in his hand. So Pete goes after the October boy. Honestly, I'm not going to give you a synopsis. If you're looking for a scary Halloween tale with lots of blood and gore and candy, you've come to the right place. So, I feel like it might kind of give trick or treat vibes, maybe. I feel like that. The pumpkin head on the cover, and then the fact that there is an October boy that has to be unalived. I'm like, Sam, is that you? I actually have him staring at me right now because I took this off my shelf because I don't know why. I don't know. I just, I usually keep up my spooky stuff all year round. So I'm probably going to put it back. But I was like, I'm trying to be like winter vibes. Okay. Like we're trying to like transition. I don't know. Okay, and then I have Drums of Autumn. Wait, I think this is the second book. Is this the second book? Hold on. Let me go to Goodreads. Drums of Autumn. Oh my god. It's number 4. What is wrong with me? Okay, so we have Outlander number 1, Dragonfly in Amber. That is book 2. So I got a little ahead of myself, so I'm going to go get the correct book. Okay, here we have a really good transition into transitioning from autumn to winter, okay? So Dragonfly in Amber, this is the second book in the Outlander series. And the reason I even want to pick this back up is because my friend Olivia messaged me and she was like, hey, I'm going to be rereading all the books in the autumn. Do you want to do it with me? And I was like, yes. And then I never did. So I really do want to pick this up, and I feel like it will be perfect for December because that's like what we're heading into. I mean, I can pick it up at like the end of November, but am I being ambitious? Probably. So but goals, like it's a goal. So it's thick. She's thick. I've read the first book. Did I read it twice? I know I've read it. I've obviously at least once, but I feel like I've read it twice. But maybe I'm just delusional. I think it's because I've seen this show so many times. I remember so vividly what happens in the first book. Some crazy shit happens in the first book. If you're a fan of Jamie on the show, he's a little bit different in the book. If you know, you know. Yeah. But we're just going to look past it. I don't know. I love this world so much. So I'm super excited to read it with Olivia because she's like the Outlander queen, literally. She is like Outlander number 1 fan, and I love that for me because I can talk to her about it. Okay, do I have any other transitional books that I wanted to talk about? Okay, let's go to question number 3. Question number 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? Well, so glad that you asked, because physically waiting for pretty much all of my anticipated releases, which just anticipated releases. Okay, sorry, I kind of mumbled that. I'm waiting for Empire of the Dawn, which is book 3 in the Empire of the Vampire series. This is book 1. And then we have book 2, Empire of the Damned. And I've always pre-ordered the Waterstones editions and pretty much read them on release, like not the whole book, but started it on release day. That's like a tradition for me. I'm pretty sure I did it with Empire of the Damned, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Empire of the Vampire was, I think it was my best book of 2021. Oh my God. I was obsessed. And like, I'm really sad I don't have Empire of the Dawn. You know what happened? I got the package. I came home from Seattle and the package was empty, just completely empty. And I emailed Waterstones and I was really scared that they were going to be like, oh, here's your refund and then move along, because the copy I ordered was a signed first edition. And I'm like, they sold out. I remember because I pre-ordered within like 30 minutes of it being released, okay, to pre-order. And then it sold out very, very quickly, like within the hour. And I was like, how are they going to send me a replacement if they're all sold out? But maybe they have backup copies. So thank you so much, Waterstones, for fixing. I honestly, I think my Empire of the Dawn is like in the middle of the sea, lost at sea, like it's probably all shriveled up. And that's so sad to think about because I was really looking forward to inhaling it, but it's fine. It's fine. The next book I'm waiting on is Brimstone. This actually hasn't, this is not the book, but the second book, Brimstone, hasn't been released yet. So I'm really, really anticipating this book. I reread this earlier this year in preparation for Brimstone because I knew my autumn was just going to be like absolutely jam-packed, whatever. Like I just knew it was going to be busy and I wouldn't really have time for rereads. So I prepared. And then what other books am I? Oh, I'm also really, really excited about Hollow by Susan Valenti and the Twisted Sisters. Okay, I can't remember both of their names. What? Caroline Peckham. What else am I waiting on? like to be released this year. I don't know. I should have prepared, but I didn't because like I just anyways. Okay. Questioned. Okay, question number 4. What are 3 books you'd like to read before the end of the year? Okay, so I really need to be like very, very particular about these 3 books. Okay, so first one is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I loved Phantasma. It was like a strong 4-star. And I'm really excited for this one. I just haven't read it. I just need to read it. And I feel like I'll really love it. But yeah, I would love to read this before the end of the year. And then we have Ruth's Vows. This has been on pretty much every time I talk about books I want to read soon. This is the book. Because I'm going to, honestly, I should probably read like a wrap up of the first book, which is called Divine Rivals. I forgot the title. So yeah, I should probably like do that because I don't really, I remember some things of Divine Rivals, like the typewriter type. There was like typewriter involved. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I would love to finally read the sequel. And then last but not least, because this is a book that I am so excited to read. It's a thriller and it is The Reformatory by taylorreads. But yeah, this is a thriller that takes place in Gracetown, Florida in the 1950s. And NPR has said it's one of the best novels published in 2023. And I'm like, okay, but is it going to be one of the best thrillers of all time for Locke's Library? I hope so. I don't know. I feel like it will. Because I feel like with thrillers, I have a really good, I want to say like no, not that I have really good taste, but I'm saying like, I feel like I have good predictions for what thrillers I'll like. And that's a 5-star prediction. Okay, so question number 5. What trends have you noticed in your reading this year? Okay, speaking of thrillers, I have started to devour thrillers. There's seriously something about, so we moved to the middle of the woods in March. I mean, we left Texas and moved to Virginia, and there's something about living in the woods, I'm telling you, that is just like, I just am in the mood to read a thriller all the time. And so I'm pretty much like always reading a thriller now, or like wanting to. If I'm not, I'm wanting to. And that is so interesting because 2-3 years ago, I hated thrillers. I thought that they were boring. And now I'm like, I really can't get enough. I cannot get enough. Please do recommend to me your favorite thrillers. I love a haunted house thriller. I love anything that's like, you know, if you feel like you're being watched, or the main character, you know, like if they feel like they're being watched, just anything I will eat. I just love thrillers now. And like, I just want to inhale them. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that a lot of romance, I feel like the romance genre, maybe not in 2025, but in 2024, oh my God, there was just like a decline. I feel like everything started to read the same. Nothing just felt super unique. I will have to go check and see what romance books I read in 2024, because I could just be like talking out of my ass right now. But I just feel like in general, my love for romance it's become very picky. I wouldn't say it's dwindled. I still love romance, but I've just become a lot more picky with what I end up picking up with romance, which it's like the exact opposite with thrillers. I'm like, oh, it's a thriller. It has a spooky tree on the cover. I'll read it. And with romance, I'm like, who's the author? I don't know the author. Like, I just become very, very picky. So I think that's very interesting. And I don't think that that's an unpopular thing. I feel like that's happened to a lot of people who really read a lot of romance in 2020, 2021, 2022. And then 2023 and 2024, there was like a shift, I feel like. And I feel like publishers just kind of saw that people were loving romance and inhaling romance. And then they just started putting out some of the same shit. It was like writers were literally just writing for tropes, and they weren't writing for stories. They weren't writing for character development. They were writing for tropes. And that's a bigger discussion. Okay. But I'm just saying, I just want to touch on that a little bit because I still love romance. I will always love romance, but I'm not going to read a book that's called One Night Stand or Best Friend's Brother or There Was Only One Horse. Authors are literally naming their books like that. And I'm like, I'm not going to read that. It might be a good book, but I'm not going to read that shit because what? Like, why? Or Second Chance Romance. I'm not going to read a book called Second Chance Romance. It's like so boring. And I know some authors are like doing it as like a play on, it's like a way to be like quirky. And I respect that. I respect it. They can do that. And people can read it and love it. I'm not judging at all. But me personally, I'm like, I need more buy-in than that. Like the title of, and like, I used to love, I'm not picking on Allie Hazelwood. I love Allie Hazelwood. I've loved 2 of her books. They're some of my all-time favorite romances. But after that, like nothing has been hitting. And she wrote a book called Problematic Summer Romance or something like that, which I think that's fine for a rom-com. Like I'm not hating on it, but like I just have no desire to pick that up. So anyways, I'll move along. I don't mean to go on a whole tangent, okay? Okay. Question number 6 is, how do you feel about your reading goals? Is there anything you want to change or abandon? I put a reading goal to read 100 books in the year. And I don't regret that goal at all. But I do think it's interesting because I did go back and look. And in 2019 and 2020, I read about 30 books that I wasn't really keeping track. Okay. 2019, I think I read like 25 books, and then 2020 it was like 30. And 2021 is when I started keeping track because that's when I made a YouTube. And I read 141 books. Okay. And then 2022, I read 221 books I had a goal of 150, which honestly is like a really high goal, but girl, okay, just calm down with the goal. But I read 221 books. That is insane. That is a lot of books. 2023, I went back down. I read 135. So a little bit less than 2021, but not by much. And then 2024, I read pretty much the same amount, 134 books. 2023, 135 books. 2024, 134 books. 2025, I say only because it's just so much less than what I've read since 2021. I've only read 102 books. And I don't mean to say like only. I just mean in comparison to every year since 2021, I've read at least like 130. And I'm only at 102. And I'm like, and I know why. It's because, moving across the country, taking me out of like my completely established routine of this is what I do every day, really like just like threw a wrench. I'm so glad that we moved. Like it's the best thing that I think I've ever done. But yeah, and then that and combined with like work has just been like so crazy, and I just haven't had the mental capacity so basically like I'll be finished with work. My goal is to close my laptop at 5:00. Okay. That's the goal. And then I take a shower, and then from 6 to 8, I'll try to edit because I have long ass reading vlogs. If you haven't gone to watch them, please do, because they take a lot of effort. So I'll edit from like 6 to 8 p.m. And then from 8 to 9, I'll try to read or watch a show or do something that's like decompressing. And then I try and be in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then go to sleep by 10:30, wake up at 6:30, do it all over again. But like, I just haven't gotten back into my routine is what I'm saying. Like I used to wake up early and read before work and then read after work or read at lunch too. That's another thing is like, I haven't been getting lunch hours, and I used to read at lunchtime. And so I really want to get back into waking up early, reading for 30 minutes, reading for 30 minutes during lunch, and then reading for at least 45 minutes during bedtime. And yeah, I know this is very, very yappy. And honestly, I wasn't intending for it to be so yappy, but here we are. So yeah, I just haven't read as much because I fell out of that routine. Okay. But we're going to try and get back to it. And that's that. Period. End of story. Okay. Oh, and then I also had a goal to read more fanfic, but that did not happen. That absolutely did not happen. I do have a buddy read happening hopefully in December. It was I still need to I have a whole bunch of boxes I need to unbox, by the way. So look forward to an unboxing come by December. I need to open all these. I have PR packages, so if you've sent me something, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at you, Nala. I don't know if Nala's watching this, but she sent me a PR package and I need to open it. And my friend Mel sent me a bind I need to open, and I just have a lot of pre-orders and stuff like that. And I need to do an unboxing. And so yeah, basically I just haven't read any fan fiction, and that's really sad because I love fan fiction, but that was a goal this year and it just didn't happen. Okay, so then I added more questions to this book tag. So what are 2 books? This is my own question and I don't have it memorized. Okay, no, I do. What are 2 books that you've read this year that you want to unhaul? That's my question that I'm adding to this tag. And you know why? Because I'm a hater. I love to be a hater. And I love to complain, okay? And the first book that I would love to unhaul, I read it earlier this year, is Sunrise on the Reaping. And it's not because I hated this book. I didn't hate this book. I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. But I hate this cover. I absolutely hate this cover. I hate the hardback of the purple. There's just something about this that whenever I see it on my shelves, I'm like, I don't want that book anymore. Maybe the paperback that they come out with will be pretty. But yeah, and the longer I've sat with this, the more I just am like, it was a little bit melodramatic. Just a little bit. Okay. Please don't come for me. Please don't come for me, because I know there's a whole fandom. I don't hate it. It's just a little melodramatic. But I respect anyone who loves this book. Seriously. I'm not trying to bash on anyone that loves it. So next up is The Last House on Needless Street. I read this earlier this year and it was so confusing. Oh my God. As soon as I finished, I was like, I definitely need to reread it so that I could understand it completely, because I was just so confused throughout reading it. And I love the cover so much. I love the green and the spookiness and the cat and the haunted house type vibe, but it's very, very convoluted and there's different point of views and you don't really know what's going on until I think towards the end, you start to realize oh, what's happening, and it changes everything. Now I have a reading vlog where I read this. So I might be misremembering a little bit, but I just remember being okay, if I had known this a little bit earlier on, I feel like I could have understood some more of this book. It's just really confusing. Okay. And so I kind of want to unhaul it because I'm I don't want to be tempted to reread it and try and understand it again. Cause if I didn't like it the first time, I only have so much hours in a day and I don't need to be rereading a book that I didn't really like the first time, So anyway, it's not a bad book by any means, but it's just not one that I feel like I need to keep on my shelf. So those are 2 books that I would like to unhaul that I read this year. Okay. And the last question is actually a question for you. I think this is question number 8. Yes. Is there anything you want me to do? Hold on. Is there anything? And the question is, what is wrong with me? Question number 8 is, what do you want to see from me next year? What kind of content? Because I feel like In 2025, I went hard on the reading vlogs. You guys said, want more reading vlogs? And I said, hold my beer. I have back to back reading vlogs. And they're long, like lots of content. If you don't finish it in the first watch, you can go back and finish it in the second. Like while you're getting ready, put it on the background. Like that's the kind of vibe that I was going for. And I still want to. But I'm like, is there anything else you guys are wanting that I'm not giving? What else? What other content? Like TBRs? I had stopped doing them, not because I don't like TBRs, but because I didn't have time. I was so focused on getting my reading vlogs. So I'm like, do you want me to start incorporating TBRs again? Because I kind of want to start doing TBRs again. I feel like TBRs can put pressure on your reading plans that is not necessary. However, I also like TBRs because I have a very out of sight, out of mind kind of vibe, okay? If I don't see it, I will literally forget about it. And so I used to go back and like skim through my TBR videos and be like, oh, okay, I read that. This one, I need to go pick that up. So I'll go read that. And like, it kind of gave me something to live for, just a little bit. I know that sounds like dramatic. It's because it is dramatic, but like, it gave me something to just like focus on. And I feel like I have analysis paralysis a lot when it comes to picking my next book. And although I am a mood reader, I feel like the TBR kind of guides me. It's more of like a menu, so to speak. I like doing TBRs, but I'm like, I just wasn't making them a priority. So should I bring back TBRs? Do you guys want to see me yap about the books that I want to read? I'm asking you, what else do you want to see? Like, do you want to see like sit down videos for books that I've DNF'd? Like, do you want me to hear me talk about them more in depth or something? Like, I don't know. I used to do sit down book review videos and I loved doing them. But then everyone started saying more reading vlogs. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do reading vlogs, but you can't do both. You can't do reading vlogs and sit, because you're just going to be reiterating the same things that you talk about in the reading vlogs. And that's like super redundant. So yeah, and wrap-ups too. Like, do you want to see wrap-ups? Like, tell me what you want. This is your opportunity, girl or boy, they, them, the gays, everyone. Tell me what you want, okay, in the comments down below. Oh, I had put, like, whenever I was writing down the questions, I put, I really like flying by the seat of my pants, but there's something about having a TBR, a game plan, that gives me something to keep my mind on. Literally. I am a big fly by the seat of my pants girly, but having a TBR does give me something to like straighten me out a little bit, like, because I can be in so many different directions and forget what the goal is, which the goal is to enjoy reading. That's the goal. But it's also fun to like have a list, you know? So I've been talking so much. I did not expect for this video to be so long. If you made it this far, you deserve a cookie. So go ahead and leave a cookie in the comments, maybe with like a glass of milk or something, because like Santa's coming, winter is coming, you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a great rest of your night or day wherever you are, and I will see you. Oh, if you do want more content, I have a Patreon with extra videos, a whole library of extra videos, and I also have an Instagram. Anyways, okay, back to the goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in my next video.
Back to the gypsy that I was, to the gypsy that I